Dave the Pickup Artist. Hello, BC. Got the line that Richie was going to do his best of 1973 video. So I thought I'd go ahead and get started on mine. I haven't done it yet. It's I think April 11th. I don't know when he's going to put his out. Hopefully sometime this week. To get started, first I want to show 3 records that honorable mentions didn't quite make the cut. We got Yes, Topographical Oceans, their double album, controversial. A lot of people didn't like it. I do like it. It made my top 20, but not quite good enough to make my top 10. Another one I like, and these guys have been in my top 10 a couple times, was Traffic's album, Shootout at the Fantasy Factory. A overlooked album, often overlooked. It's got some great tracks on it. Yeah, this is their last really good album, I think, anyway. On this particular album, they've grown to 6 members. I think they had a couple of percussionists, maybe 3, including Jim Capaldi. I don't know, but yeah, I left this one off my list. Didn't quite make it. Another one that didn't quite make it, I've been finding this guy at Goodwill's, actually, Billy Cobham. Now, this is a 1973 album called Spectrum, and it is a great album. Had I started listening to this a long time ago, it may be up there on my top 10, but it's in my top 20, I think. This guy was in the Mahavishnu Orchestra. And on this one, I showed this a couple last month, I think maybe, and Tommy Boland's on it, so didn't quite make it. So yeah, getting to the top 10, these are ones that did make it. We got Tres Hombres, ZZ Top. Always ZZ Top in the 70s. There's the track listing, some great tracks on this. Very cool inner sleeve. What's for Dinner? And their first albums were on London. But yeah, Tres Hombres, all their 70s albums are great. And I think it's in the best of top 10 of 73. As is Steely Dan. Countdown to Ecstasy. This has got some great tracks on it, some great guitar solos. The opening track, which I cannot pronounce, Bahadiva, I don't know. And My Old School are my favorite tracks on here. Both have those great guitar solos. Skunk Baxter's on this also. A lot of people think he was a member of the band, but he really wasn't. He was like a hired hand. But they had him around for a couple of albums. But yeah, definitely in there. I think Steely Dan is one of David Crosby's favorite bands. They asked David Crosby what his 5 favorite albums were, and 2 of them were Steely Dan albums. I don't think they were this one. I think it was Asia and something else. But yeah, Steely Dan. I think just about all their albums could be in the top 10 of the whatever year they came out in, I think. Next, of course, we've got Dark Side of the Moon. This is the Bernie Grundman edition, the remix. Yeah, what can you say about this one that hasn't already been said? If you have the Live at Pompeii DVD, there is some outtakes where they show the behind-the-scenes recording of this album. You may even be able to find that on YouTube without having to have that DVD or Blu-ray, but it's very cool. I don't think it's how many minutes it is, but yeah, I'm finding a lot of cool old footage of Pink Floyd, live stuff and the studio stuff. But yeah, definitely in the top 10 of 1973. The next one I have is A Lad Insane, David Bowie. Another great David Bowie album. Got a lot of nice tracks on here. Genie, Watch That Man. This is a 180 gram vinyl. Yeah, gotta have that Bowie. It's one of his better albums. Next, I have two copies of this. I have the late edition, but I also have the first editions where they have the
Am I doing this again?
Brain Salad Surgery. I've had these guys in my top 10 I think twice before. I love the band, obviously. This cover was by a German guy by the name of H.G. Geiger. And initially they had to airbrush a man's genitalia from that picture right there to get the label to go for it. But he was just a crazy German artist that made these bizarre sculptures and paintings with like a sexual bent and a kind of a scary horror bent also. And the guy went on to win an Oscar because he created the monster and Alien 5 years later. But yeah, the artwork's great and the music is great. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. Next one is the Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. Brothers and Sisters. I heard this was Derek Trucks. I'm not sure about that though. And this is the entire gang. This is the entire family. This is, I think, the first one that they did, first studio album they did without Dwayne. And what they did was, they didn't add another guitar player, they added another keyboard player who was, God, I just showed him. He's a keyboardist for the Allman Brothers band and the Rolling Stones. Yeah, I cannot believe I forget his name. But they actually had a hit, top 10 hit on here with Ramblin' Man, the Dickie Betts song. Chuck Level was the keyboard player on this. He actually became a full member of the band for a couple of years, and he's also been in the Stones for, God, decades now. He's their, I know he's their live keyboard player when they go live, but this is great Southern rock and great guitar by Dickie Betts and great piano by Chuck Level. Next one is King Crimson, Larks, Tongues, and Aspic. Now I'm holding out that they're going to do a 30th anniversary or a 50th anniversary of this next year. But this is a great a lineup of King Crimson. This is the first one where they've added 2 drummers or 2 percussionists, if you prefer. They of course had Bill Bruford, and they also had Jamie Muir. Muir was an experimental percussionist who played with saws and household items. And this comes with a little booklet. But yeah, this is a great album. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of 9 Inch Nails, what 9 Inch Nails would go on to do. You gotta figure 9 Inch Nails was listening to these guys, Trent and 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, hopefully they'll do a 50th anniversary edition on vinyl. Next, gotta have Zeppelin in there. Houses of the Holy. You know it, you love it.
For people that bad at
Yeah. definitely. And the next one is some more Southern rock. We've got the
Am I doing this again?
Marshall Tucker Band. Their first album. And a lot of people think it's their best. On Capitol Records, the Allman Brothers label, or they go on to be the Allman Brothers label. And yeah, they had a hit called Can't You See? And just a fantastic Southern rock album with great guitar playing on it. And I love the artwork on this. This band was formed by two brothers named Caldwell. One played guitar, the other one was the bass player. They both died, unfortunately. One died in the late 70s, and the other one died a couple years after that. But they're still touring. There's like one guy, I think, that was in the band, and they still tour as the Marshall Tucker Band, for what that's worth. And finally, I decided Black Sabbath needed entered. So we got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. This is their 5th album, I believe. Now this is when they were starting to get a little bit more proggy. They even went as far as to hire Rick Wakeman to play keyboard on at least one track. I think it's a National Acrobat. I always get that wrong, but there's a lot of keyboard. Well, not a lot, but there's more keyboard than any of the previous Sabbath albums, and they're stretching out a little bit and experimenting. And I like this. I like all their albums, you know, but yeah, this deserved to get on the best of 1973. And yeah, that's it. I think we'll probably have some matchups on this one. Who knows? But yeah, it's been nice doing this series. It's been a while since I did one. It seems like it's been a month since the last one. But take care, everybody, and we'll see you again next week.